So whenever you're starting to do a reflection, the thing that gets you closer to who you want to be in this life, what you want to create in your business and in this life, much of that is defined by what you keep and what you let go.
Welcome to the Product Boss Podcast, where we're dedicated to helping product-based business owners turn into revenue-generating, successful, happy product bosses. I'm Jacqueline Snyder.
And I'm Minna. Together through digital courses, coaching, and masterminds, we've helped over 50,000 students from startup to multi-million-dollar businesses scale their sales while blending in their dream life.
It gets lonely out there in the product business world. We fully believe a business shouldn't be built alone. There's room at the top for all of us.
So let's get scrappy and creative together, Product Boss, to be profitable, make more sales, and grow your visibility.
Are you ready? Let's dive in. Hey, Minna. Is it just me, or does AI seem to be the latest trend? It's like everywhere we look, and everyone we're talking to is creating or using some type of AI tool to help move their business forward.
Agreed. AI is definitely changing the game right now, especially for business owners. It's helping to automate, save time, and can even help you create marketing content for social media or emails.
Like 100%. Because just the other day, I used ChatGPT to help me write a caption for one of the reels I'd created. And oh my goodness, let me tell you, it saved so much time. It was awesome. And it gave me everything I needed. And I was able to have the reel done in 5 minutes, which is like win-win for me over here.
That's amazing. Now is definitely a time to jump into the world of AI, which is why we're so excited to announce that HubSpot now has new AI features. Their Content Assistant and Chat Spot are two brand new tools that will immediately save you and your team, if you have one, so much time.
Incredible. Way to go, HubSpot, for staying on the trend, because that feature also runs on ChatGPT's tech, which can help you make compelling content and manage your CRM way faster than ever before. It helps with things like ad copy and data analytics to workflow automation. This can all now be done with a chat command. Bonkers.
We're definitely going to have to check this out.
I feel like we're on a rocket ship and we're living on the moon now.
Is it 2050 right now? It's time to work smarter, not harder, Product Boss. Find out more about how to use AI to grow your business at HubSpot.com/artificial-intelligence.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Product Boss Podcast. This is Minna. I'm your co-host and co-founder of the Product Boss. And here we help product-based businesses get more eyes on their business, just like yours. And we streamline your systems and we get you more sales so that you can live the dream life that you want to live. And today I'm going to be doing a solo episode and really talking about this one exercise that Jacqueline and I did today with our Masterminders. And it's a great episode and a great exercise to really listen to when it's mid-year. And actually really any time of the year when you're really wanting to do a check-in, right? That kind of audit or check-in that you should be doing throughout the year. But, mid-year, we like to do this with our Masterminders. So this is called the rose, the bud, the thorn. And this is really to, like I said, do kind of a reflection and a gut check into your business on how you're going to be moving forward. The reason why I say mid-year is because that's when you can evaluate how it's been going for this first 6 months of 2023 and how you plan to proceed, right? And so we have a whole workbook that we do with our Masterminders that we did with them. And they have access to that workbook. But I want to do this particular exercise because I think it's really good for wrapping your mind around where you are right now and how you want to move forward. Okay. So I'm going to just walk you through one of these. And I think it would be a really fun exercise for you to sit down with yourself, pen and paper in hand, so you can write these things out and really think about how you're going to do a mid-year check-in for yourself. Okay. Tis the time of year where you can really kind of take a pause and take some time to yourself to reflect on where you are now and where you're going to go ahead. So we're going to start with the rose. So when you're sitting down, like I said, grab a pen, grab a piece of paper. It is really important for you to carve out this spaciousness to sit down with yourself and to give yourself, whether it be 15, 20 minutes, or maybe even 30 minutes or 60 minutes, right? But I think that a minimum of, I would say, 20 minutes. And let's try to do a maximum of 60 minutes. Okay. So that you can really think about it and really know the amount of time that you'll be using to initially think about these things that I'm going to be presenting to you, so you can come back to them as you need to. Okay. So this doesn't mean that you don't have to come back to it. This doesn't mean that you spend a lot of time on it, but it is really beneficial to be really thoughtful behind this exercise. But I don't want you all to overthink it, okay? I don't want you to be stuck in your brains and in your brain about that it needs to be perfect or it needs to be a certain way or feel a certain way. This is just getting pen on paper on your thoughts on how it's going so far. So don't let paralysis analysis set in. Just work through this exercise as best you can, okay? So like I said, we start with the rows. And so this is where you list the things that happened in your business that bloomed like roses. It might be products that sold well, like your bestsellers, people that you really enjoyed working with, and customers that you really enjoyed attracting and that you enjoyed serving, roles in your business, like those zones of genius that you felt were really strong, those skill sets that you felt, this is really in flow with who I am. It might be the best decisions you made and things you're proud of and compliments that you received, right? These are those roses that, are really about the things that bloomed for you in this year. And I think that we tend to forget those things, but let's get those pen and paper. And, we only spent maybe, 5 minutes on this part with our masterminders, and then we went around and talked about them. So for you, you can come back to this as much as you need to. The idea is to get it down so you don't forget about it, that you acknowledge it, that you celebrate it in the moment of, feeling like you did it, and you are acknowledging that for yourself and giving yourself a pat on the back. Okay. So these are the things that happened in your business that bloomed like roses. So I gave you some examples, and we had some great examples of people doing rebrandings that they felt they got a lot of clarity about, or leaning into their bestsellers that they finally realized that it was working really well. It felt really in flow. Other people hired strong team members that they felt were really great in their roles, that elevated themselves in the CEO role. There was also, feeling like they were more connected to their customer, ready to jump back in. So the things that bloomed, right? Okay. Next one is the bud. So the bud is those projects, ideas, or opportunities that have that exciting potential. So I'm going to say that again. List some projects, ideas, or opportunities that have happened from January to July. Basically, this is where we're going with for all of this, rose, bud, and thorn, is that we're looking at this January to July. Okay. So list some projects, ideas, or opportunities that have exciting potential, that you feel excited about, that you feel inspired about, that you want to grow into roses. What are your biggest areas of growth and change that you've seen that you want to build up even more into roses? And what are maybe some specific processes that you're starting to see work that you feel really, pulled towards, that you feel that have the potential to bloom? Maybe it's relationships that you're creating or developing that feel really good. It might be roles that you see in growth in for yourself, skill sets that you see that feel really good, or for your team members. And what's really exciting you about your business in this moment? Okay. So where do you see your steps forward that is exciting to you, that might be motivating you, that might even be scaring you in a way that feels exciting? Jacqueline brings up all the time that the thing that you feel in your body can't differentiate whether it's fear or if it's excitement. It feels the same innate in your body, the feeling of both. And so let's lean towards that as excitement. It might be leaning towards something that might be feeling uncomfortable though. So what are those buds that you feel excited about? We had some people talk about that it might be a wholesale arm that they're going to start really, really digging into, or it might be outreach for partnerships and collaborations with, different people. Or some people said that it was coming out with a capsule collection. So what does it look like for you? That might be that bud, that's a little bit of a spark that can bloom into a rose that you feel excited towards. So make sure you write that down. Okay.
Hey friends, we just wanted to interrupt this episode really quick to share with you our latest podcast recommendation. Recently, we've been hooked on the Side Hustle Pro podcast, hosted by Nicaila Matthews Akome, which is brought to you by the HubSpot Podcast Network, the audio destination for business professionals.
Yeah, Nicaila is so amazing. One of the things I love most about her podcast is how she shares stories of women of color and diverse entrepreneurs who have scaled their side hustles into profitable businesses. I mean, talk about inspirational.
100%, right? And on one of her latest episodes, she actually interviewed our friend and one of our mentors, Rachel Rogers. Shout out, Rachel. Together, they discussed why we should all be millionaires. And Rachel even shared actionable tips on how to scale your own business to 7 figures.
I mean, music to my ears. That episode is so good. Plus, you're sure to love Nicaila's real and authentic insights of what it's like to build a side business while working a full-time job, since we know so many of you listening can really relate to that.
Listen to Side Hustle Pro wherever you get your podcasts. Now, back to the show. Hey, Product Boss. Okay, it's your product biz coach here, Jacqueline, and I have a treat for you. So the other day, we got a message on Instagram from our friend Lolly. Now, she's a product boss, and she was on the hunt for an easy-to-use inventory management software to keep track of her raw goods and what she had ready to sell. And guess what? We had an answer for her. Not only did we have a fantastic inventory management software to refer her to, but we also had a whole treasure chest of 308 other business tools and resources to make her product-based business easier to manage and more efficient to grow. And we have it for you as well. Now picture this: packaging and printing supplies, affiliate management, website and email software, legal resources, video and photo tools. Oh my, you name it, we've got it. And here's the cherry on top. It is totally free, right? It's not going to cost you a single penny. That's right, because you can get your hands on the Product Boss's Ultimate Resource Guide absolutely free. We are on a mission to change small businesses' lives and their ability to grow around the world. And whatever we can do to help you do that, we are here for it. And so we're hoping that this resource guide is one step closer to reaching your dreams. So all you need to do is slide into our DMs on Instagram with the word guide and just send us that message, and we will send you a link to download it right away. Or you can head straight to theproductboss.com/resource guide. Easy peasy. Oh, and did I mention you can also DM us guide on Instagram, and voila, we'll shoot you that link right away. So my friend, don't wait another second. You can get your hands on the Ultimate Resource Guide for Product Bosses right now. Now let's jump back into the show.
All right. And the last one, last but not least, is the thorn. And I know that it can feel hard to end on the thorn, but I really do believe that it's beneficial when you're doing this exercise to go in this order: rose, bud, and thorn, because the rose helps you acknowledge what has bloomed, how far you've come. And it gets you in an expansive state of mind when you see that you have the capacity and you feel that you have the, not only capacity, but also the confidence, right? Your mind is open to these things that you've already done, that you've acknowledged, that you're excited for, which is the bud. Then you move to the bud and you're like, ooh, this is getting me excited about my business again, about reinvigorating into it mid-year. And what does that look like? And then we go into the thorn, because a lot of what you're thinking about in the thorn is the things that you need to let go. So whenever you're starting to do a reflection, the thing that gets you closer to who you want to be in this life, what you want to create in your business and in this life, much of that is defined by what you keep, and what you let go. It shows the things that are considered your non-negotiables. And you can't see that, lightness unless you have the darkness. You can't see the rose unless you have the thorn. Okay. So know that the thorn is not a negative thing. It's the thing that you're going to let go in order to get closer to where you want to be, how you want to proceed, where you see your business going, how you want to live your life. And that, my friends, is really what is behind the thought and the thoughtfulness of what your thorns are. Okay. So the thorns are the things that you're going to list that might not have gone well in your business or might have come at a friction or a struggle. It felt misaligned or not in flow. It might have been still things that did well for your business, but just didn't feel like it was exactly what you wanted to feel from it. It might be products that did not sell well, or it might be products that were simply problem products or problem systems, right? Problem processes. So sometimes when you're doing something, you have to trust the process so much. And a lot of it comes easily, or it might come at a friction. So there's times where things come at a friction and they end up resulting really, really well. But deep down, you know that you need to do a gut check. Do I want to do that again? How would I improve it? Right? Is it a thorn that I could change into a bud? That eventually would bloom into a rose. So those are the things when you're thinking about thorns. Are they things that might have been things that felt hard for you, or it felt hard for the team? Maybe it wasn't the right team in the right seats, right? It might be things that also make, in this list, it could be things that felt confusing for your customer. What were messagings and messages that you tried to relay to the customer that it felt confusing to them? It felt like they needed to be steered in a different direction. It might be promotions that didn't work or campaigns that didn't feel just right. And you might have felt a little, uncomfortable in it, or felt like that needs some finessing, right? Those are the things that you're writing down for your thorns and letting go of. It might be things that you would definitely let go of as far as like mindset of, there was some things where it's like, the thorns were that we all fall into this trap of feeling like we want to please people, or that, it felt a little bit painful to hear other people's opinions. But at the end of the day, everybody's going to have their opinion. It doesn't matter what their opinions are. You just need to keep doing what you want to do, and your customers will come. Okay. So that might be your thorn. It might be roles or projects or focuses that drained you. Did they drain your time, your money, your energy, your focus? Did it feel off in some sort of way? It's good to write those down so you can acknowledge and really let them go to get you closer to where you want to be. It's a bit of that refinement, right? So that is what the thorn is. So I think this exercise is great in the way that when you're going to, in this order, you're going in rows, because like I said, that is the things that have ballooned, the things that you've done, the things that you've, done as this incredible business owner that is doing things that most people don't do. Most people don't bring roses to life. They don't put a product out there. They don't keep putting themselves out there. What did you do? And let's acknowledge that in your expansive, the sky's the limit sort of way. Then we get to the buds, the things that deep down will keep you going, keep you motivated, the things that excite you, the things that you want to see, that you can nurture and spend the time on, that you can, plant and really start to feel like this might be where I want to keep going. Like I said, it might be relationships. You feel like you want to develop more skill sets, things that are exciting you, different ideas that you want to really see come to fruition. And then the thorn is the things that you're letting go of. Because as you mature as a business owner, it will be incredibly important, the things that you let go of and the things that you keep. And you won't know what possibility lies for you until you see the thorns that you're letting go of, that they might be holding you back. Those limiting beliefs, those beliefs that, may have gotten you to this point that are incredible, that have helped you, that have served you, but might not get you to the next level. Okay. So again, that was the rose, the bud, the thorn. Those are the exercise. That's the exercise. Write it down for yourself. Keep it in a notebook. Come back to it as much times as you need to in order to fill those out. And then you can keep coming back to it time and time again, whether it be, right now it's the start of third quarter, which is July, August, September, or it might be the start of fourth quarter when you're going into it with a different, perspective, perhaps, because that might be your busiest time of year, right? It might be again in beginning of the year where you're doing a gut check and really checking in with yourself, because you're bringing your vision to life as a business owner. So it's important for you to exercise that muscle of being the boss of your business. And this can be a really thoughtful and kind of fun way to do that. Okay. So I hope that helps. I hope that you enjoy this exercise, and I hope that it benefits you as you start building your business and as you continue to grow. So thanks everybody for listening, and I will see you next time on another episode of the Product Boss Podcast.
Thank you for being here and listening all the way through the Product Boss Podcast. If you love our show and it has helped you in any way in your business, would you mind doing 2 things for us? Subscribe to the show so you never miss an episode, and leave us a review. Reviews help other product entrepreneurs know that this is the place to be to grow their businesses and realize that they're not alone. And we know that you all know that a 5-star and honest review helps you sell more products to more people. So you know that your reviews help us reach more listeners around the world. Remember, what we give is what we receive, and we are all about helping each other in the Product Boss community. We are all in this together. We would be so appreciative of you if you could take the time right now to subscribe, leave a review, and even share this episode on social or someone you know so we can impact more lives. And remember, subscribing means that you will get notified each time we release a new episode so you never miss a thing. You have helped us grow and climb into the top 10 of all marketing podcasts, and together we can keep climbing. Thank you, friends. And remember, there is room at the top for all of us.